Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, and this channel is Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Carnivore. My last name is Pearl, so doesn't that all just go in so nicely? And here we talk about a carnivore lifestyle or maybe even keto with carnivish leanings. But what we do is most of us here are like older people and we and we just want to maintain our health, get healthier, just do the best we can with what we have. Because most of us have weathered quite a few diet storms, right? We may have messed with our metabolisms to the point where I remember hearing the first time I heard the term deranged metabolism, I like giggled. It's like, yes, deranged metabolism and the deranged head that goes with the deranged metabolism, because it's like, I, 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 I got to do something about this. I have messed around with my gut for so many years. Some of it was, I won't say it was intentional, but knowing what we know today, it's like, no doubt, it's deranged. But then for years of my adult life, and I mean years, I would get asthmatic bronchitis 6 to 7 times a year. I remember I remember clearly it was a Memorial Day, no, excuse me, Labor Day weekend, and there I was in the ER, the first of the 6 or 7 that would happen in each year. And I would just call my doctor, and he would just prescribe the Z-Pak and a side of steroids that made me crazy and deranged, right? And so, all of that. And then they found some spots on my lung. And so, in order to disqualify it as a current thing, they had to prove that year after year, the spots on my lung never changed. So, that was right when I started keto. And so I had to keep going for the CAT scans. CAT scans, yeah. And, to see if those little circles on my rib cage changed size or shape, and they didn't. So at that point, I was out of the pulmonologist loop. And I said to him, I will never, ever, ever forget the look on his face. Sorry, it's a Nancy Pelosi moment. Um, I will, and I'm not going public, don't worry. So I remember looking at him. I remember the look on his face, and I said to him, I gave up sugar and grains a few years ago. And since that time, I've never had any more bronchitis, not one bout of bronchitis. And I said, do you think that's connected? And he tilted his head, like how the dogs tilt their head when you go for a walk. And they tilt their head. Want a treat? And they tilt their head. And he goes, no, nobody's ever said anything like that to me here. Pulmonologist. I couldn't believe it. And so I think that was my first time in not believing mainstream medical for like any updated info in their head, how they treated patients, right? So it's like, here I am grain free, sugar free. At this point now, it's maybe 8 or 9 years ago. And I'm just sitting there thinking, wow, nobody else has remarked this to him. There's nobody else out there that has given up those things and stopped having upper respiratory issues. I can't be the only one. I'm not that special. And so anyway, so when I think of the years I just quaffed that Z-Pak, those steroids, those inhalers, I must have contributed so much to my deranged metabolism. And all along, I was a sugar addict, and that took a while. Now, I let Barney in. Hear him whining? And I said, it's a beautiful sunny day out. I said, you're not going to whine at me the whole time I do the video, are you? Oh, of course, he didn't do it because cats are smart. Yeah. And so, anyway, come on, Barney, give it a break. Give it a rest. It's not time to eat. So, anyway, so I probably have a lot of healing to do. Of course, now here comes this fall that I'm treating, and I'm treating it with ibuprofen, Aleve, Tylenol, and some tramadol as needed. Well, I will tell you, after yesterday, as needed meant if you think that you could ever walk, I never caught up with it. It was a 10 plus the entire day. Excuse me just 1 second. Barney, stop. Stop. How's that for Mother of the Year? So, anyway, and here's Freddie. He's happy. And Frankie's on the bed. He's happy. But in comes Barney, and he has this howl like he's being, flung around by his tail or something. He's not. The thought crosses my mind at times. But anyway, so there's a lot of healing that we have to do. And the older we are, I really, really, really feel the more healing we have to do. And if you took a whole bunch of those antibiotics like I did, I mean, I think of Lyme disease where they do this like patch insert thing where it's going up your veins, just nothing but antibiotics for weeks and weeks and weeks. What is that doing to our poor gut? So there was the intentional, well, not intentional, addictive that I had with sugar and grains for all those years. But yeah, so we have a lot of healing that we have to do, and it's a day at a time. And we walk into those woods of the standard American diet with trusting everything that a mainstream doctor tells us to do, to take, to drink, to whatever. And there we are. Are we really cured or healed for a long, long time? I don't think so. But that's just me. That's just me. So anyway, I chortle as I listen to the experts talk about what we can do in this time of lockdown, because it's still lockdown here in Massachusetts and Cape Cod. So what do they say? Get good sleep. Eat right. No junk foods. No alcohol, and make sure you get a lot of sunlight and exercise, right? So aren't those items just what we need to do to take care of ourselves? Isn't it funny that it doesn't say, and take this antibiotic and take this, whatever, and take this, shoebox of meds? No. Sunlight, good sleep, good food. The virus doesn't like sugar. We know that. The virus doesn't do well at all with alcohol. So, we just learn that like basic self-care is what we need. Blow dry your hair and blow it. That's another good thing. So today is a good day because it's nice and sunny. I don't see a cloud in the sky. It's supposed to be in the 60s. I plan to have a date with my lawn chair with my cup of coffee after I finish taping this. But self-care is just, the small pleasures. I think of the decades I went with like 4 hours sleep. That's all I did. I got up at 2 in the morning and I delivered newspapers. Then I worked for a caterer. I worked in restaurants. I cleaned houses. And then I went to school full time at night with the second class getting out at 10:30. So it was just a nightmare of sleep deprivation. And I feel like I'm making up for it now, which is good because I think my body likes that level healing time on my Tempur-Pedic, don't you know, with my MyPillow, don't you know? Yeah, the nice little comforts of home. So it's funny to have a good day now since the fall, post fall. It says that it can heal in 3 months without surgery. And I have that very mild opioid to take as needed. So, that's kind of what I'm doing, although it made me vomit this morning. Not pleasant. So it's a day at a time, and a nice day sure helps. I have clean hair and a clean body and a clean house right now, so I'm very happy for that. And I will keep doing my carnivore food plan because I know no matter what, I really think a carnivore food plan is what will heal the inside of the body. I am totally fat adapted. I have black coffee in the morning, as you know, for my cuppa. And my second cup of coffee, I do put some ghee, some coconut oil, some butter, some pink Himalayan salt, some Kitu, Kitu, a non-dairy coffee creamer, unsweetened. You can Google that to see what it's all about. To me, it works for now. So does the black coffee. And so the last few days I've had just the 2 cups, and it's been quite nice. It seems to be working. So I continue to watch the usual videos with our wonderful community of people that are going through this. Does anybody know anybody that has had the virus? Have you been taking your temperature? Being a carnivore, do you know that you're probably ahead of the game anyway? And then if you begin to take your temperature, get plenty of fluids, get your rest, get your sunshine, get your exercise, that you're probably preventing a lot of things that could happen and eating good meat. So that's what I'm doing. This Goldilocks is doing. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much. It's always my pleasure to do a video and answer all the comments. And so I'm doing it a day at a time. And who knows how long this healing will take. The MRI is still 2 weeks away. So because they're busy. And so we'll go from there. And we're still on the stay at home. Stay at home, which in my case is a really good thing. So I'll see you the next time here. Stay positive. If you can do your self-care regimen, it's great. Like after my shower today and I blew dry my hair, I put on clean loungies. I'm not leaving the house today. And I used a spritz of Chanel, even though nobody's going to smell it. But that's what makes me feel better. And it humanizes this whole process for me. So I'm very glad you're here. Thank you. And I will see you the next time. This is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, being a Goldilocks in the world of carnivore. Doesn't get any better than this. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.